Alright, since we are dealing with the TIG process here, and TIG, or the GTAW, gas tungsten arc welding process, likes the metal to be extremely clean. If you're stick welding, you can you can weld right through mill scale, a little bit of rust, a little bit of paint, whatever. But TIG welding likes a very clean surface. So I'm starting off with a grinding wheel on my 4.5-inch Porter cable grinder. And basically I'm just taking off the mill scale. A little slip of my vise there. See how I hold the angle grinder at an angle? You don't want to do it flat. I mean, it'll work, but it's not as effective. You want to use the edge of the grinder to get into the metal. Now the metal looks good at this point, but I'm going to use a flap disc on my other angle grinder and really smooth it out. Any little cracks or burrs is where you'll find pieces of dirt and contaminants and grease can hide. So I'm smoothing out all the scratches, going for a mirror-like finish here. You gotta take your time, get all the edges, get in there as best you can, and just smooth that surface up so that you can see yourself in. At least that's my take on it. My one instructor, Gary Coulter, told me that TIG likes clean. So Gary's a pretty smart guy. I'll go with what he says. Making sure the edges are nice and smooth, no burrs. Now let's grab the camera and take a look at that nice mirror-like finish. That's pretty nice. You'd think you could eat off that finish, but there's still a lot of contaminants in there. So I'm going to take this alcohol swab and wipe it down and show you what's actually living on the surface and the micro cracks and scratches in this piece of 1/8-inch mild steel. See, that was a clean looking piece of metal, and look at all that we got off. Let's do it again. Even more. It's also a good idea to clean off your filler rod. This is ER70S2. Alright, I've got the parts of the torch laid out for you. That's the cup. I'm using a number 7. The collet holder, the torch head, the collet, the back cap, and in my hand is the tungsten, which needs sharp. So I picked up this 1/2-inch band file sander from Harbor Freight, and this is what I use to sharpen my tungsten. Make sure you're sharpening longwise so the scratches go up and down. You want to sharpen to a point about 1.5 to 2.5 times the diameter of the rod. And then you want to just tap the point. If you have a real sharp point, when you strike the arc, it has a little trouble figuring out where to come from. So if you just flatten the tip off, you'll be a lot better off. All right, now we're going to assemble our torch. There's our sharpened tungsten. We're going to put the collet in the collet holder from behind, then the tungsten into the collet, and then lightly screw on the back cap, just so nothing falls out. Then we have to adjust the tungsten. First, we're going to screw on the cup. Make sure it's nice and tight so it's gas sealed. We're going to get the tungsten. We're going to get the tungsten. We're going to get the tungsten. And I'm going to show you, I like my stick out about 1/4 of an inch. All right, now it's time to get our machine ready. There's our argon bottle with our regulator and flow meter. I'm going to open the argon bottle all the way. There's a double-seated valve. So it seals when it's all the way closed or all the way open. Now you can see I'm just below 1,000 psi in there, so it's be time to get some soon. Now that ball, once I activate the trigger, will show us where our flow is. So if I hit the trigger, you can see we've got a little over 25 CFI of argon. All right, with the power shut off to the machine, we're going to do a little dry run here. And show you a couple different ways you can hold the torch, and it really doesn't matter, however you're comfortable. You can hold it like that, hold it like a pencil, really hold it like a pencil, but that gets pretty hot. You can even flip it upside down and do it. It doesn't matter, just as long as you're comfortable. Now you do the dry run to make sure that you can make the distance of the weld. And the first thing I like to do is tap the tungsten to the metal. Just so I know my starting distance, I like to keep it about 1/16 of an inch. Then as the puddle grows, you move forward 1/16 to 1/8 of an inch, wait for the puddle to grow, and move on again. Now we'll do it with a filler metal. Same thing. Tap first to make sure I have my distance. Puddle starts to swell. You dip, move, dip, move, dip, move, dip, move. You get the idea. All right, let's begin with our autogenous or fusion weld. We're adding no filler metal here. Get into a comfortable position. See, I have my TIG finger on there. If you'd like a TIG finger, check out weldingtipsandtricks.com. Strike the arc. Get your puddle flowing. And you simply move ahead. 1/16 to 1/8 of an inch. Puddle grows, you move. Puddle grows, you move. Easy peasy. All right, let's do it again, this time with filler rod. Get my distance, strike the arc, get my puddle, dip, overhead, dip, overhead, dip. You want to make sure that the tip of the filler rod is always within the shielding of the argon so you don't get any contaminants. Alright, my weldiferous friends, here you can see the results. This first one is the autogenous weld, and it's very flat because we added no filler metal. See how flat it is? This one is the filler metal with the dip technique, and you can see it has a little convexity to it. Not much, maybe a 1/16 of an inch, but you see how you're getting that stacked look. Let's see if we can get an edge on view there. Now you see how each of them are stacked, and then we come and look at this. No stack. Stack, no stack. But that's the end of part 1 of beginning TIG for the absolute beginner. Thanks for watching. Hey, did you know we have a website? It is tigmaniac.wix.com/adventures in welding. We're also on Facebook, so check us out. Please subscribe, comment. I'm still waiting for a comment, so I'm going to extend my offer. I've got these 2 DVDs from Lincoln Electric that I'll give away to the first person who says "Hi, Paul" in a comment. Whoops! Catch you next time.